In 1977, something happened in the quiet woods of Ohio that forever changed astronomers and the world. This wasn't just another blurred photo of a suspected alien spacecraft, nor was it the long-awaited mathematical proof of an infinite universe. It was a 72-second signal. A cold, hard piece of data printed out on a sheet of paper that seemed to prove that we were not alone in our universe. Imagine you are Jerry Ehman, a volunteer researcher working for the Big Ear radio telescope. It's a humid August night, and you're doing the tedious work of looking through stacks of computer printouts. Page after page of meaningless numbers and letters representing the static hiss of our galactic neighborhood. Stars emit a restless white noise chatter, a meaningless soup of radio interference that means nothing. But then, your eyes hit a specific sequence on the page, 6EQUJ5. In that moment, the hair on the back of your neck stands up. You realize that this isn't the background hum of a star or the interference of a passing satellite. This is a vertical spike of radio energy so intense, so focused, and so perfectly tuned to the frequency of the universe that you grab a red pen and circle the code, and write a single word in the margin that would become the name of the greatest mystery in the history of SETI. A simple three-letter word, wow. To understand why this sent shockwaves through the scientific community, you have to understand the frequency. The signal was clocked at 1,420 megahertz. In the world of physics, this is the hydrogen line. Hydrogen is the most common element in the cosmos, and 1420 is the frequency it naturally vibrates at. It's the universal dial tone. It's the one channel they would expect any other intelligent species to be monitoring. And here it was, screaming out from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius. The Big Ear telescope didn't have a motor. It used the Earth's rotation to scan the sky. Because of the telescope's design, a fixed point in space would stay in its view for exactly 72 seconds. The wow signal lasted exactly 72 seconds. The signal grew in intensity as the telescope swept past it in the sky, then faded into silence as the Earth's rotation moved the telescope away and out of reach of the signal. It was a mathematical bullseye. It wasn't a short 1-second bleep from the stars. It was a continuous narrowband transmission that looked exactly like what a beacon from a distant star system should look like. For decades, the tension only grew. Researchers went back to that same spot in the sky hundreds of times with even more powerful equipment, but all they heard was silence. The signal never returned. This led to a split in the scientific community. The wow signal mystery grew to become a kind of alien ghost story for the modern age of space. It was the ultimate tease, a message that arrived, refused to be explained, and then vanished into the dark. Every time a skeptic came up with a theory, like a passing satellite or a malfunctioning computer, the data shot it down. No known satellite was in that area of the sky. No terrestrial radio station was broadcasting on the protected 1420 frequency. But science is a game of patience, and sometimes the most exotic mysteries have the most grounded explanations. For nearly 40 years, the WOW signal stood as the strongest evidence for extraterrestrial life. But in 2017, a new theory emerged that finally pulled the rug out from under the alien hypothesis. During that night in 1977, two specific comets, 266P Christensen and P2008Y2, were passing through the exact neighborhood of Sagittarius, where the big ear was pointed. At the time, these comets hadn't even been discovered yet, so they weren't on Jerry Ehman's radar. Comets are surrounded by massive invisible clouds of hydrogen gas that can stretch for millions of miles. As these comets moved through the telescope's field of vision, the hydrogen clouds glowed in the radio spectrum at, you guessed it, 1,420 megahertz. The WOW signal wasn't a beacon from a star system. It was the radio signature of a cosmic wanderer within our own backyard, reflecting a natural process. We simply didn't have the tools to be able to identify it. We weren't looking at a message from a distant civilization. We were looking at the tail of a comet. It's a bit of a heartbreak for the dreamers, but it's a massive win for the process of science. It reminds us that while we are always looking for the intelligence in the machine, nature itself is capable of producing patterns so perfect that they can fool even the smartest minds on Earth. For all our searching, we remain the solitary flicker of consciousness, adrift in the silent spiral of the Milky Way galaxy.